I welcome you all on my YouTube channel. I pray to Almighty to offer blessings to all of you and fulfill all your wishes. I am very thankful to all my subscribers and I hope I will be getting your support like this in future as well. In this video, we will only discuss the impact of Saturn Ketu conjunction in the second house of birth chart. There are different sections in this video. In these different sections, we will discuss what is the first house of birth chart, what is the meaning of this conjunction, the impact of this conjunction on your family life, on your career, on your health, what will be the positive and the negative impacts of this conjunction, and what are the best remedies for this conjunction. So let's move forward and first discuss what is the second house of birth chart. The second house is also known as the money house or dhana bhava, the accumulated money that a person gets or makes. It also shows the family of the individual. Since the family is the wealth of a person, body-wise the second house represents the mouth and speech. This house shows what the person feels for wealth in his life. This also shows the initial upbringing of a person. The body-wise, it tells details about the face, teeth, tongue, nose or right eye. This house tells about the accumulating habits of a person. The natural owner of this house is Venus, which represents the wealth and consumption of worldly items. This house also tells about what kind of food a person would like to consume, or if a person would have a drinking habits or not. Now let's move forward and discuss what is Saturn Ketu conjunction means in astrology. This is a very intense conjunction as both the planets have a separative tendencies. Generally, it is said that the planets mature at certain ages, which means that the planets start to give what they are capable of giving in a particular horoscope after a certain number of years. Saturn generally takes 30 to 35 years to get matured. That means at the age of 35 or 36, Saturn start giving results to the native. But when in conjunction with Rahu or Ketu, this maturity is delayed and Saturn also achieves its maturity post 45 years of age. Wherever this conjunction is happening, there could be some kind of stillness in the characteristics as shown by that house and the zodiac sign as well. This will also result in an anxiety in the person and an inability to express as well. One will keep looking for something or other related to the house or zodiac that could give the feeling of completeness. Now let's discuss the general characteristic when Saturn Ketu conjunction is there in the second house of birth chart. The second house is the addition or the wealth of the first house. As in astrology, every next house is the wealth of the person house and one house behind is the expense of the house. The native can suffer in health as one's health is also the first wealth one gets by default. They can suffer from one or some ailment of the body which could include areas of mouth, that is teeth and gums, and bone and joint issues, since Saturn shares control over some of these body parts. Since the element of the mystery is going in the house of speech, there could be a few things that can happen, like either one could have speech issues if the Mercury and the second house lord are also afflicted by malefic planets. Native could have started speaking a little late in life or would speak very less. Since the accumulated wealth part is also getting affected now, so the native will face difficulties in saving money. Saturn anyway takes its own time and gives the results only after Saturn is satisfied with the hard work that a person has done to earn any money. Saturn in the second house also signifies old money or money coming from the family ancestors, but with Ketu there could be a pause or long delay in that. This makes a person have the urge to live the materialistic life. The second house rules or signifies mouth, teeth, tongue, right eye, nose, bones and neck. So these areas would get to bear the weight of this conjunction. One could have weak eyesight, the right eye could be more affected as well. The nose could be a little crooked and the native could have weak or broken teeth. This conjunction gives the person the confidence to go against anyone and do what they think is right for them, even if it is not correct. They can get addiction to alcohol or tobacco and would not know any limits in drinking or smoking. Now let's move forward and discuss its impact on the career. For the career or profession of a person, multiple houses are involved and the house lords and their aspects also matter along with the dasha and the transit, as one person might do many jobs at one time and then won't work at all for quite some time. The same native can change their career profession even after many long years of experience in a particular field. Now, since the combination is happening in the second house, it affects the monetary matters of the native much, and on top of that, Saturn also aspects the 11th house of one's gains. So since Saturn is known to give the results as per the work done only, in this case if the person has the desire to earn money, then the native has to work very hard and overcome the disinterest as given by Ketu towards the materialistic life. This is very clearly as a difficult mental war for the native with this conjunction. Such natives are better suited for jobs where verbal communication is less involved because of the speech, as Ketu can cause a loss of words while speaking in a flow. During the dasha or antardasha of Saturn or Ketu, there will be issues and professional partnerships may get affected as well. Now let's discuss its impact on the married life. This conjunction will affect more if Saturn happens to be the first lord or the seventh lord in the horoscope. Then it would mean that the first lord or the seventh lord is directly conjunct with the malefic Ketu, which will reduce the marital bliss from the native's life to a great extent. This is a rather difficult conjunction for a normal happy married life. There would be issues due to the speech of the native with the spouse, and if the person might have to support the siblings as well, since Saturn is the natural owner of the 11th house of Kal Purush Kundali. This could further add to the fights with the inability or difficulty for this native to be able to save money. The 8th Rahu will take the person to have multiple short-term affairs as well. In most cases, the marriage could be delayed, and in some it could be denied as well. Such individuals should get married after they attain maturity. This will help them and their partner to realize what they are getting into and can plan the future better. Now let's move forward and discuss about the health when this conjunction is in the second house of birth chart. Alcohol or smoking addiction is common in today's date, especially when malefic are conjunct and they influence somehow the areas affecting the mouth and lungs. The native will suffer in health majorly unless the ascendant lord is well placed and has good strength. Saturn affects the teeth and gums when it is placed in the second house, so natives might have deformed teeth or gum issues or would have to get braces or some small operation like a root canal done as well for teeth issues in the adverse transit or dasha period of Saturn or Ketu. In general, the area of the mouth will be sensitive because of these issues or the strong possibility of these issues. From the second house, the Saturn of this conjunction aspects the 4th house of birth chart, which shows lungs, which could in turn mean that Saturn will sometimes affect this area of the body as well by creating some circumstances like a person either lives in a city with very high pollution and has low immunity, or person adds the habit of smoking or drinking in daily habits, thus making the health worse in slow manner. Now let's move forward and discuss its positive impact when Saturn Ketu conjunction in the second house of birth chart. The person could get into the spiritual life and find the inner peace. There are chances of getting control of the family's old money, though at the later stage in life. The native's family could be spiritual in their nature and that trait could develop spiritualism in a person. The native will have an interest in digging out the deep hidden secrets, as Rahu would be in the 8th house. Now let's discuss its negative impact when this conjunction in the second house of birth chart. Native would suffer from many health issues, especially if the ascendant lord is weak. The person might have a good looking face but could have very bad teeth, reducing one's facial beauty, and for correction due to health reason as well. That would require cosmetic surgeries as well. Someone in the family or the whole family in general could have issues of depression and anxiety. Such people can have many short-lived relationships due to the Rahu in the 8th house, which will make partnerships for physical pleasures only if not guided well in the formative years. The person can get addicted to alcohol or smoking. This would give health issues for sure in the future over regular usage. There can be frequent arguments with the spouse affecting the partnerships very badly. Now let's move forward and discuss about those most important remedies when this conjunction in the second house of birth chart. Such a person should worship Lord Shiva. Such a person should keep a silver pot filled with raw honey in the kitchen. Such a person should donate clothes to needy person once in a month on Saturdays. Such a person should keep fasting on Mondays and offer water to Lord Shiva. Such a person should feed dogs and fishes daily after sunset. So that was all about the Saturn Ketu conjunction in the second house of birth chart. May Almighty bless you always, and thanks for watching the video.